Hello, hello everybody. Nice to meet you. I will talk about the esports gaming and general marketing and business in Poland, the world, which is now scaling to not only Poland but also with some projects bringing for the European or the worldwide scale. So I will let's start the presentation. I am the Jaroslaw Smietana. I'm the managing director of Brief Esports, the business marketing media in Poland, and also co-founder of few projects, for example, Illuminar Gaming or Esports Arena. So here we go. In general, in the ecosystem, esports ecosystem in Poland is huge. The Poland have very long tradition in esports, starting from early 2000 years, about 2004, when we have the Golden Five Counter-Strike Virtus Pro team, and it started with that history. So I will go with you through the all aspects, all biggest elements of the esports ecosystem in Poland. So starting from the general view, what are the most popular games? I will introduce you that actually the most popular games in Poland are quite similar to that worldwide, with the Counter-Strike and League of Legends, which are hugely dominating the market. The Counter-Strike and League of Legends have very big and strong leagues, big teams, big organizations, huge influencers, and lots of content creators. And those games are the two main games. We have something like 80% of the esports market in Poland. Of course, we have also other titles, which we have the big traditions and lots of good gamers, including the Rainbow Six, StarCraft 2, FIFA, or Fortnite, and of course the newcomers who introduced last year, like the Call of Duty Warzone and the Valorant, which are fighting for the focus of the Polish audience. Also, digital motorsports games are boosting with a few projects in which are the big traditional motorsport influencers engaged. So we are building the stage of digital motorsport also in Poland. Talking about the platforms, it's also same like in the other countries. We have most of the people watch the content on Twitch, talking about the esports content, and on the YouTube. The other platforms, including the Facebook gaming, are very minor. Like the most important platform in Poland is Twitch, talking about the esports. Facebook, YouTube is more like for the casual gamers. And talking about those all influencers who are engaged, they are changing, but we have the huge few streamers which are huge not only in Poland but also worldwide, with for example Xayo and Isaac, who are recognized internationally. Those streamers come and go, and what is important here is that they are going more and more professional. They are making the better and better content. They are connecting with the biggest agencies, and they are promoting lots of very important brands. Okay, going to the core, talking about the biggest esports companies in Poland who are engaged in esports and in gaming in general. The most important company who changed the view of the esports in Poland is the ESL. The German-based company has a very big office in Poland, in the Katowice. They have a few studios there, and their main project, which is the AIM Katowice, which in the past held in Spodek for many years and was one of the biggest events in the world. But now it switched to the online formula in the times of COVID. We all hope that it will change in the future, but for now, we can just think about what's happened in the past. ESL has many local projects, including the ESL Mistrzostwa Polski, which is the Counter-Strike Nations Cup, which is one of the most important Counter-Strike leagues in Poland, with the professional coverage and production. This is something which we can be proud, because it's a very huge project in Poland. ESL making lots of other projects, also for the mobile gaming, for example, the Brawl Stars Championship. They are also co-owner of Cybersport esports portal, who is the main source of knowledge for all esports fans about their favorite teams and players. Another important company is Polsat. Polsat is the linear television of the three biggest linear televisions in Poland, and they introduced the gaming channel called Polsat Games. They started with big project Ultraliga in cooperation with the Riot Games, and they are the official partner of League of Legends in Poland, with the operator of the National League. They are making the very professional content. They have the big studio in Poland, in Warsaw, which is dedicated only to gaming, and they have lots and lots of different interesting projects. It's not only Ultraliga; it's also they are broadcasting, for example, the ESL Pro League. They are co-organizer of the Ekstraklasa Cup in FIFA, and they have the big and strong cooperation with the Ubisoft, talking about the Rainbow Six and all of their tournaments in Poland. Another big company which is very important to the Polish market is Fantasy Expo. Fantasy Expo is based in Wrocław and started their operations 10 years ago. They have known from representing the lots of big influencers with Isaac and Pasha Biceps, just to mention. They are also co-organizer of lots of esports project with Polska Liga Sportowa, which is another important esports league in Poland as their main project. They are also co-organizing the other tournaments, online tournaments, for example, the Blast Rising. Fantasy Expo is well known from their content production. They have also studio in Krakow, and they have won many awards in the different categories for cooperation with brands. They bring lots of different brands to Poland. Another very important brand is Kinguin. Kinguin is the marketplace, global marketplace based in Poland, in Warsaw and in Poznań. And they started two very important projects which changed the landscape of Poland market. One is the Esports Performance Center, which is actually the professional esports center for top teams. They have lots of bootcamp rooms, and they have the concierge and hotel inside. So the teams from all over the world comes to Kinguin Esports Performance Center just to train. Another project of Kinguin, which started in last year, is Kinguin Esports Lounge, one of the first esports arenas in Poland, which also brings the new trend to the Polish market. Actually, you probably heard about the esports arenas all over the world, and Poland was a way behind. So the Kinguin opened this esports lounge in Gdańsk, in the north of Poland, just before another lockdown, which came in October. So they haven't ever fully opened, and they have never shown their possibilities to the casual and professional gamers. Actually, our lockdown and general COVID situation is going better and better, and we've heard that from the half of the May, we will be able to open all the businesses of this kind. Another big project which happened in Warsaw is the Esport. Esport has been created last year also in September as a pop-up gaming concept and content venue. 450 gaming experience. Sorry. 450 meters of gaming experience, lots of gaming station, bar, and networking arena, brand experience zone, gaming tournaments. It's all for which the esport has been created. It's the first area which connects actually the world of gaming, esports, and lifestyle. Lots of influencers in the time of the pandemic, they switched their operations only for the B2B business. So there has been hosting lots of business conferences, esports tournaments, and influencers who can create content from here. On the just 2 weeks ago, the esport announced its strategic partnership with Mercedes-Benz, and the area renamed for the esport powered by Mercedes-Benz, which is a very huge step into further professionalization of this type of the places. Esport wants to change the habits of the gamers in Warsaw and in general in Poland, and wants to bring them to such a places, to the new esports arena style. Another very important company in Poland is ESC. ESC has the marketing agency and also has a few projects which are of theirs. For example, the Kick, which is their main team, the EU Masters League of Legends champions from the last season, and also ESC organize lots of various tournaments in Rocket League and digital motorsports. Another big company, which is very important in Poland, is Poznań Game Arena, the brand, the company who were creators of one of the biggest exhibitors customer expo in this part of Europe. Poznań Game Arena usually held in Poznań in October. Last year, it was the first year in its 20 years history that it was cancelled due to the COVID situation, but we all hope that this kind of the expos will return this year. The Poznań Game Arena is the best place for all gaming-oriented companies to show the new products and do lots of different activities. When we are talking about Poland, we can't forget the marketplaces, the gaming marketplaces which are based in Poland, and the scale of these marketplaces is global. The G2A and Kingwin are one of the biggest players in the world gaming marketplaces, and Gamivo, which started 2 years ago, is also going to the top. The Poland is the place where lots of the top projects are starting, and they all have the global aspirations. For example, the Skin Wallet, which is one of the biggest projects in the world when you can buy and sell your skins from the Counter-Strike. The InStreamly project is another project where the brands got the possibility to promote themselves on Twitch via the in-game ads. So this is also a new way of the marketing, which comes from Poland. Very good and very big project. They just got 5 million zlotys in another round of investments for their further developments. Another big projects is, for example, the GG Predict, which has the mission and vision to coach Counter-Strike players based on the lots of different indicators. So the GG Predict is based in Poznań, and they are also having rollout to worldwide customer. Another interesting project is the Vigilant magazine, which is based on the Ven TV story, which started last year in the United States. They want to be a very lifestyle gaming medium with television and digital portal as the most important parts of the business. Education is another very important thing which is developed in Poland, because we have a few projects which are going to create the educational scheme, educational proof of concept, how we can teach and train the best professional esports athletes. We have the two best projects. One is called Esports Lab, or the eLab, which is creating the very long-term researches about the understanding what the esports player needs to be the best. They are working with the semi-pro and professional organizations, and they want to optimize the professional esports player training plan. There is also one new project which is starting in May by the Legia Warsaw, which is the biggest football club in Poland. In general, it's the biggest sports club in Poland. So Legia Warsaw decided that they want to go deeper into younger education, and they are starting their esports school, which is dedicated for the children and teens from the 7 to 16 years old. We will be watching this project very deeply, because it's a very great that the Poland is one of the first markets in the world to introduce training system to the youngest. When we talk about the Poland, it's not only esports, because we have in general very big traditions in gaming, with the CD Projekt as one of the biggest companies, not only in Poland but also in Europe, with the Cyberpunk and The Witcher as their main projects. This is very important company in Poland. So we can go now to the biggest esports organization in Poland. We can name a few. The oldest and with the longest list of the successes on the national and the international stage is Illuminar Gaming, with their Counter-Strike, League of Legends divisions as one of the top of the top. Another big and great company is AGO Esports. AGO has the headquarters in Poland. They have the gaming house in Warsaw. AGO has one of the best Counter-Strike team, which is in top 30 HLTV portal, and also they are cooperating with ROG in the matter of the League of Legends. They have their common team called AGO-ROG, which is actual champions of Polish League of Legends National League Ultraliga. Another important organization is DevOps One, which is connected with Kinguin, and they have a few good and promising divisions. We have also the Kick, with the League of Legends best team in Europe, and the Honoris, created by the two Counter-Strike legends, Wiktor Tas Wojtas and Filip Neokupski. They are also one of the biggest Counter-Strike teams in Poland. We have the Izakobors. Izakobors are owned by the Fantasy Expo, and they are created with one of the biggest influencers in Poland, Piotr Izak Skowyrski. They are having more and more successes, especially on the Counter-Strike stage. We have also packed with the multiply divisions. Just to say, it's not only the Counter-Strike, but also Rocket League, Valorant, and Rainbow Six. They are also invested in the digital motorsport divisions. We have also football clubs who are bringing the esports to their fans. The two biggest football clubs engaged in esports, for example, the Legia Warszawa, who created the Legia Esports Club, which is connected mostly with FIFA. They have the actual FIFA national champion in their squad. Another project was the Wisła Kraków, which in the cooperation with the All-in Gaming Studio created the organization. The main team is the Counter-Strike team. In general, the organizations comes and goes. In the past years, we have a big rotation in the matter of the organizations. The organizations has been founded and they collapsed every year. But for now, we can be proud that teams which are playing in the Counter-Strike or League of Legends, the teams associated with the ESL Mistrzostwa Polski or League of Legends Ultraliga have a big and good fundaments. They are existing for more than all those teams exist for more than 2 years already, and it seems that a few more years they will be existing without any bigger problems. We talking about the Poland, we should also tell about the women's stage. The women are playing games. We all know that more than the 40% of the gamers are women. So there are some dedicated projects for women gaming. Just to say, the Arcan Wave, which is just for now the best Counter-Strike female team in Poland, and they are playing in many various tournaments. They are starting more and more projects dedicated for women gamer, including also the lifestyle content production and dedicated grassroots projects. Very important, Esport Association is another very important company in Poland, which is cooperating very strongly with the Polish government. They have their biggest project, which is the Polish national esports team, which they are the operator. The national Polish esports team has been created by President Andrzej Duda and is a very promising project. The Esport Association also cooperate with the high schools and introduce to them the esports program, and they are teaching the teenagers in the very variety spectrum of the esports activities. When we talk about the esports, also the media are very important part. It's not only Twitch and YouTube and Polsat Games and Cybersport, which I mentioned before, but we have a few strong players, just to include the Weszło, DevOps Sport, and Esport Mania, who are creating regular esports content. And auto promotion shorts for a little moment. We have the esports business media, which is the brief esports. It's similar to the Esports Observer or Esports Insider, and it's bringing the marketing and business news to the Polish audience, to the marketers and the managers of different companies. Okay, so when we go to the esports marketing in Poland, how does it look like? We have a very strong system of the agencies who are well known in the Poland, and they are creating more and more projects in cooperate with the esports teams, esports tournament organization, with influencers, and they are also producing their own project. Just to say that we have thousands of brands in Poland who has engaged in esports recently. So going through different sectors, for example, the Subway has been created, which is the sponsor of Illuminar Gaming team, created dedicated map in the Minecraft. They have their own server. It was a very huge success. For example, another important company who introduced to esports in Poland was the KFC. KFC has been connected with the Counter-Strike. They they have lots of special actions, including putting the KFC special codes on the Counter-Strike maps, and the players needed to go through the map and find the key. When they find the key, they could buy the KFC chicken with a big discount. Also, the beer brands and in general the nutrition brands are engaged in esports in Poland. The leading beer brand is the Łomża, who introduced their who cooperate with the Pasha Biceps as one of the best, their main influencers, and also is the sponsor of the Ago esports team. They are making lots and lots activities dedicated for the esports fans. From the other way, we have the Grupa Żywiec owned by the Heineken company, which started with their cycle just 1 month ago. It's called the Warka Planet for Gamers, and it's very big series of events who has the target to become the very lifestyle gaming content to attract a new audience. Also, the Sprite is the Coca-Cola brand, which is very engaged in the all esports activities in Poland for many years. They started from sponsoring the ESL Counter-Strike Mistrzostwa Polski, and now they are supporting the female gaming as one of the biggest brands. And when we are talking about the marketing actions and the brands who are engaged in the Polish market, we can't forget the snacks. Eweder, which is one of the biggest companies in Poland who is producing the chocolate bars and different other snacks, is a very regular guest on the many expos, and they are supporting the fans with their products. Also, the Orbit, the brand of Mars, is engaged in esports. They are supporting and sponsoring two organizations, AGO Esports and Illuminar Gaming, and they are looking forward to expand their operations. Finance sector, the banking sector, it's also very important that the biggest companies in Poland are looking into esports. Last year, the Alior Bank introduced their strategy. They started the sponsorship with Illuminar Gaming, and also became the title sponsor of the Ultra Liga League of Legends Championship. They also introduced their special dedicated credit card, when you could put your League of Legends avatar into your favorite credit card. And we have also lots of automotive companies who started to cooperate with digital motorsport games last year. Just to say that the Orlen, the leading petrol company, the Oponeo, just selling the components to the cars, and the Porsche, which became the main sponsor of the Digital Motorsport Championship. And as I said before, a few slides before, we have also the Mercedes-Benz, which become the main sponsor of Esport esports arena. Betting. As you may know, the betting is all over the world very important part of the business. It's the same in Poland. The leading betting esports. Sorry. The leading esports betting platform in Poland is the STS, which is the sponsor of various organizations, tournaments, and you can bet all esports events there. And the 4bet is another betting platform which has become the sponsor of the AGO Esports, and you can also bet for the all main esports events. The fashion is also another important branch which engaged in esports last years. Just to mention the Hamel and Puma. Puma become the main partner, the main fashion merchandise partner of Asia Esports, and they created lots of different clothes with them. The Legia Esports is cooperating with Adidas, and Illuminar Gaming started cooperation with Foref. It's also very nice to see those brands cooperating with the esports teams. We all look forward to for the look forward to and waiting for the growth of the merchandise, esports merchandise business in Poland. For now, it's very, very small, but we believe that in a few years it will become the mainstream, and it will be also a very important part of esports teams, esports organization business models. Going to the telecommunication companies, we have almost all mobile operators are engaged in esports. Play are mostly connected with the influencers, but they also introduced the Polish National Mobile League. This is one of the leading operators in Poland. We have also the T-Mobile, which for many years are supporting the academic leagues in Poland. And going to the retail, the more and more companies are engaging in gaming. It's also the retail companies, the big traditional marketplace, one of the biggest traditional marketplace for the IT sector when you can buy computers. XCOM became the title partner of AGO, and another sample is the Morele, which started cooperation with Illuminar Gaming. For now, Actina and their shop Spheris is also very engaged in esports in Poland. And we also should remember about all endemic brands who are engaged in Polish market. Just to say that we have long history of the cooperation as the Polish market with the brands such as Razer, SteelSeries, LG,